Hey there, it is Sasha Lynn, your perfectly posh independent consultant, on day 25 of my 100-day challenge to take on the fly, one take unedited videos for my channel. And today I want to talk about taking care of yourself. And this is kind of on a different level. I mean, I share stuff every day about taking care of your skin and taking some me time and, good ways to cleanse your face and exfoliate and all of that. But this is different. This is about you taking care of yourself because you're the one that has to do that. I just got done watching a video about a bunch of women who all had very similar experiences with ovarian cysts, and doctors spending years telling them that their pain was normal, that it was all in their head, that something else was going on with them. And it made me angry to watch that video, but most of the time when I'm dealing with doctors, I have some anger. A couple of years ago, I started having all kinds of crazy symptoms, and I went to the doctors and told them, and I went to the ER because my heart was pounding and I felt sick and I knew that something was wrong, and they told me that I was having anxiety attacks. They pumped me full of anti-anxiety meds. They sent me home with Xanax. At one point, they chucked all of that and decided instead that I was having indigestion. Like, they went from, you're having panic attacks, here, take these crazy mood-altering drugs, to, oh, maybe you just need some Tums. And unfortunately, okay, so it told me that I had a poor connection and cut me off on my iPad, so I have switched to my phone now. Hopefully, if there's any more connection issues, it'll just be able to bounce between the Wi-Fi and otherwise. I was telling you that I spent 2 years going to the ER and dealing with doctors who went from telling me that I was having anxiety attacks to telling me that I was having heartburn. And after 2 years of this, I was on an airplane between Denver and Seattle, actually from Seattle to Denver, and I had my 6-year-old daughter with me, and I had a heart attack. And when I made it off of the airplane and went to the doctor, I knew what had happened, but I had been so beaten down that I didn't think that they would believe me when I was on the airplane. So I didn't say anything. I just prayed that I would make it off that plane to put my daughter back in her dad's arms. And when I got to the doctor, they kind of patted me on the head and they sent me to have some blood work, and they said, we're sure it's going to be normal, so go ahead and head home. We'll call you later. And in my head, I thought, they're sending me home to die. I'm going to die because no one will believe me. And I could barely walk across the parking lot. I was so weak. And we were halfway home when we got the call that I needed to head back to the ER because my troponin levels had come back positive, and they knew that there was something going on with my heart now. So I don't want to get wrapped up in the details of the following months because they were really, really crazy. But I do want to say that it's important to take care of yourself because doctors aren't going to do that. You have to advocate for yourself, and if you think that there's something wrong, you have to take care of yourself. You have to get in and you have to pursue that, and you have to be willing to fire doctors who aren't listening and move on to somebody else who hopefully will, change specialists. A lot of insurances will allow you to do that. You can pursue specialists without a referral. And for those that can't, then you are allowed to change your primary care physician. So you can do that until you find somebody that will listen to you. That's not the ultimate answer. It's not an easy road. But if you know that there is something wrong, it's up to you to pursue that, to take care of yourself. And I know that I am pretty good at self-advocating, and I worked in the healthcare industry for a while, and I had dealt with doctors, and I knew how to work the system, and I still was not able to get them to listen to me. They had run all the tests that they said that they needed to run to know that my heart was fine and I was perfectly healthy. That's what they told me in the months leading up to my heart attack. So I just want to tell you that you're not crazy. If you are in pain, if you are having strange symptoms, it is not in your head. Anxiety is more often a symptom of something else than it is a condition in itself. So don't let them just brush you off as a panic attack. If you believe something's wrong, keep pursuing that. That's what I wanted to tell you today. Self-care is more than body butters and lotions and soaps. It is also loving yourself better than anyone else, knowing that that's your place, that your job is to love yourself first and to take care of yourself and to advocate for yourself, and not to put that in somebody else's hands to do that. Just because they tell you something doesn't make it true. So what you know in your heart to be true. When you know that in your heart to be true, follow that, pursue that. And if you need encouragement, or you need a hug, or you need somebody to tell you that you're not crazy, you can reach out to me, because I've been there. And I know how cruel and demeaning they can be when they treat you like there's nothing wrong. All right, it's late tonight, and it's going to take me a little while to not be angry anymore so that I can go to bed. I get really angry when I think about what they do, because it's not just me. The story is the story of so many women, and it's not they do it to everyone, and I can't for the life of me understand why. I'm sorry, they don't do it to everyone. They mostly do it to women. I know that there are men out there who have had similar issues, but it is much more prevalent in women to have it chalked up to being emotional or being hormonal. So stand up for yourself, take care of yourself, love yourself, and if I can ever give you a hand up in that area, you let me know. I love you all. Have a good night.